say most churches look like Exodus 18, 13 through 14. And this is Moses leading the children of Israel through the wilderness. And there's an estimated 2 to 3 million Israelites that are with Moses. But even an awesome man of God like Moses can't effectively listen to 2 to 3 million people. Carl George, a church growth expert, says this: the most effective tool we have to care for people is to listen to them. Let me say that again. The most effective tool we have to care for people is to listen to them. And so if we want to have good kingdom conversation, there needs to be a dynamic where there's active listening. If someone's sharing and no one's listening, mission is not accomplished. People want to be heard. People want to be heard. And sometimes you get people who come to your group and they're ready to back the dump truck up. Like it's their first time there and they're like, beep, beep, let me tell you about my year. Let me tell you about my work. And you're like, oh, here we go. Here we go. And I can see people when someone's really going through a lot and they're sharing, I can see other people in the group kind of roll their eyes like, oh, we're going to be here for a minute, and they'll do it for a few weeks. And I try to lead it and I try to limit someone taking over the group. I want to have equal participation. I have to navigate personalities. I might have to say, hey, thank you for what you're sharing, but can I stop you right there? I want to give a chance for someone else to share. Sometimes I have to do that, but for the most part, I have grace because I know if this person can stay in our group, the topic's going to change. Eventually, they're going to get sick of hearing themselves. I've seen it happen. They're like, it's like the fourth time they've talked about the drama going on in their marriage, and they're like, I know I share this a lot, but me and my husband, and you're just like, okay, all right, we've talked about this, but let's, and you could tell they've got it out of their system now. They're good. They're good. And we allowed them, we gave them a safe place to process. Now, Kingdom Conversations are not counseling appointments, and most people in a group aren't licensed counselors. And so we need to be careful not to turn it into a counseling session. We need to be careful not to offer advice and fix people's problems. Marriage 101, I've learned that one the hard way, and I'm still learning it the hard way sometimes. People don't want you to fix their problem. Brother, you just need to pray. If you just pray and have faith. Yeah, I think they know that. I think they needed someone to hear them and someone to empathize with them. Listen to these scriptures about listening. He who has knowledge spares his words, and a man of understanding is of a calm spirit. Even a fool is counted wise when he holds his peace. When he shuts his lips, he is considered perceptive. You want to work really hard to be wise? Just don't say anything. Just nod your head. Oh, that's hard. Well, that's good. Thank you for sharing. You will look wise. That was Proverbs 17, 27 through 28. Listen to this one. He who answers a matter before he hears it, it's folly and shame to him. Proverbs 18, 13. Don't interrupt people. Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. I believe when we have active listening, we're bearing each other's burdens. So then, my beloved, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. Let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. I notice people who have anger problems usually have listening problems. Not very patient, because you got a lot of stuff bottled up in there. You're like one of those 2-liter soda bottles. You're like ready to burst. If we pull that cap off, poof, it's very hard for them to listen to someone else's struggles because they have so many issues in themselves. So we need to be quick to listen, slow to speak.